In this video tutorial, we are going to begin to set up our e-commerce website in order to sell things from our shop. You should already have a site location set up from a previous lesson, and if we have a look at what's in that website, we should have a few files. So I'm going into my N drive, which is the named drive that you have. And you should have created yourself an e-commerce or an eShop website. If you go in here, you'll find a couple of files from the previous lesson. If you double click on the web page, which is default.html, you will find that it loads into a browser. And this is not really what we want to do at this stage. So I'm going to close that down. And instead, I'm going to right click on default and choose open with and choose Microsoft Expressions, and this is the software we're using to create our web pages. When you open the page, it should open the entire site, and you will see that in addition to having this page available, we also have the site view showing all of the files associated with our website. I don't actually need to work on the default page, that was just to learn how to use tags. So I'm going to close that down. And what I'm going to do is to add a new page. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can go to File, New, and then choose Page, and I'm going to choose an HTML page. Or we could use the drop-down page icon here to achieve the same thing. When I create a blank page, I get a template that has some predetermined HTML code, and we might need to make some changes to this. So we have our website set up, and this is what we're going to start to edit. We have a head section and a body section on the page, and you can see that this here is called a transitional document, and it's from 1999. So these no longer apply, they're quite out of date. So I'm going to change that on my template here. I need to take from the word public all the way to transitional DTD, including the speech marks, and delete that. I'm going to use the backspace button on my keyboard, and notice I've left the closing angle bracket. So it's doc type HTML with a closing greater than sign. Similarly, I'm going to take this XMLNS, delete that, but HTML has a closing angle bracket there. And the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to give my website a title, and the title is what appears in the browser bar, not actually on the page itself. And I'm going to give it the name of my shop. So I'm going to say Mr. Morton's Pet Emporium. Okay, at this stage it's a good idea to save any changes that we've made. This is an untitled document, so I'm going to go to File, Save As, and it's suggesting Mr. Morton's Pet Emporium from the title, but we're going to call it the template page because we're going to use this to make lots of other pages from. So I choose template. I can leave this, it will work properly, or I can drop it down and choose HTML and then click on Save. And I would recommend that you save regularly when you're working on your website so that you don't lose any work. So we've fixed the top of the page, we've added a title, and notice the title appears between opening title tags and / closing title tags. And in general, when you're making your web pages, everything goes in pairs of tags. So we've got an opening tag for head, and then we've got a / closing tag for head here. The next thing we're going to do is actually create the layout of the page itself. So everything that's in the head sections is like the things behind the scenes in a play. It's the orchestra, it's the lighting people, it's the technicians. The body is what appears on the actual page itself. And it's made up of different sections that have different jobs to do. So we are going to take our existing code and we're going to add a header, a navigation bar, a sidebar and a main content, and a footer at the bottom of the page. So all of these sections will be created to hold the content of our page. It's very important that we put the content into the correct place within the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I am in split view. So you can see that design view shows us the page, which is empty. Code view shows us just the HTML code. I would strongly recommend that you work in split view so you can see both things together. And I'm going to come to between the body and closing body tag. So there's where body finishes, there's where the body closes. So I'm going between those tags. And I'm going to put in a section called header. Now notice that as I'm typing these, a drop-down list is appearing. So I could choose header there, I could double click on that. And you'll see that because this tag isn't completed, I've got some little highlighting on the page. Yellow and red parts here showing that there's a problem with my HTML code. When I close the angle bracket on header, it automatically closes the tag with a slash version. So the pair is automatically completed. And the header is where I put the title of my website, what the users will see when they visit the site. So I'm going to put Morton's Marvelous Pets. And that's the header of my website. I then want to have a series of links that people can go to look at the different things that I sell. So we're going to put those into a nav. And again, notice nav appears as one of the options here. So this will help you with your spelling to make sure you get the correct spelling on these things. When I close the angle bracket, it automatically puts a slash tag in there. And I write my content in between the opening and closing tag. For the moment, I'm just going to say category links go here. So it's a placeholder that I will replace with actual code later on. The next thing I'm going to have is a sidebar and my main content. Now to be able to put them side by side, I'm going to put them inside a section. So I'm going to open an angle bracket, type section. Notice it's here. I can double click on that to put it in correctly spelled. And when I close that tag, it automatically puts in my closing slash section. I'm going to press enter a couple of times because I want to indent the next part. So I'm leaving a gap between these. And then I'm going to press the tab key, which is above caps lock, to move in from the side of the page. I'm even going to do it twice to make that quite obvious. And so what I'm putting in here is an aside. So again, notice the spelling correct here, aside. And I'm just going to say this is the sidebar. And then I'm going to come to the end of that, press enter. It stays indented. And I'm going to put article. And the article is the main content of my page. Close that, and then main content goes here. Okay, and there's one last section that we want to have. We've got a header at the top. We've got a couple of things side by side. So after the section, but before the closing body tag, I'm then going to put in a footer. And a footer, if the head's at the top of the page, the footer is at the bottom. I can use my arrow keys to step through this and then press tab to accept what was there instead of having to use my mouse to click on things. So I'm going to put footer, and then I'm going to put bottom of page. Okay, now you'll notice as I've been typing here, nothing's appeared in the design view. And the reason it's not appeared is because I have to click in here to update that particular view of things. So you can see, following my instructions, I've created the layout just as I was asked to. I've got my header, my navigation bar, my section contains the sidebar and the article, and at the bottom I've got a footer. So what I'm going to do now is to get the nav bar, and I'm going to create that using a table. And you should have made a table in the first lesson, so you should know how to do this. But what goes into the table is quite important. We want a single row table that has one cell per thing, per category that you sell, and also has a home link as the first link. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my category links, go here, this placeholder, and I'm going to replace it with real information. So I'm going to highlight all of the information there with a triple click, and notice it says it's the nav bar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to the table, and I'm going to count my way through the things that I sell. I want a home page. I want cats, dogs, rabbits, and hamsters. So I'm counting out each category and one extra for the home page. And I'm going to click on that there, and it makes it a 100% wide bar, and that's okay. That's what we want for our nav bar. You see in the code here, I've got style 100%, so I've got something that stretches across the entire screen. I'm going to click into my first cell here and type home. Then I'm going to click into the next cell, which is here. And it's maybe difficult to see these, so I'll show you a better way of moving across. But the first thing I'm going to put in is cats. And I'm going to press the tab key on my keyboard to jump me to the next cell. And I'm going to put dogs, tab to jump across, rabbits, tab to jump across, and hamsters. And so now I have a header, a navigation bar, and my sidebar. The sidebar we're ready to add some information to as well. So I'm going to highlight everything in this sidebar. So again, if I triple click, I highlight everything. And that's an easier way than trying to drag and select parts of it. I'm then going to come up to my ribbon here, and I'm going to make a bullet list. And what's going to go into the sidebar is I want to have an About Us page. I want to have a location page that is going to show a map of where to find us. I'm going to have a privacy page because every website needs to have a privacy policy. And I'm going to have an order form because it's a shop, and therefore we need something that lets people choose how to pay for things. So that's my template page all ready to go. I'll have different content on each page. What I should probably do, just as one last thing here, is to create a copyright notice at the bottom of the page. So I'm going to highlight here, bottom of page, and I'm going to put in copyright. Now some people put a copyright in as a bracket, C bracket, copyright Mr. Morton 2025. But there is a better way to put a copyright symbol than using the C here. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to go up here into the footer section, and I'm going to type the AND symbol, shifted 7 on my keyboard. So I press AND and it pops up a menu of different symbols. And as I start to type copy, it goes to CO, there's a Kong, an AND copy, which I can double click on, is then going to be a proper copyright symbol. When I click back into the page, you'll see it as a C inside a circle. So our template is now ready, and we should save that so we don't lose any work. File,